Hey guys, Shadow here with another gameplay commentary on World of Tanks. Apparently, I have been managing to enter games and not load in fully, which was quite weird indeed. But now it appears to work, so, well, I don't know, let's hope. So I'm here once more with a T29 tank review. Now, we shall just get started right now. The T29 is the Tier 7 American tank that comes after the M6. The things you will have researched on the T29 from the M6 will be the 76mm gun, which you also receive for the T29 stock. You also unlock it on the Sherman Jumbo, T20, Pershing, doesn't matter. Great gun with its statistics, 128 pen with AP, 177 pen with APCR. Pardon me, the dispersion is rather crap. The aiming time is, well, again, this is a heavy tank, so. But the rate of fire is great. And DPM wise, you can see how it stacks up next to the 90mm gun M3, having better damage capabilities, almost. 2 shells per 90mm shot will be fired to 2 shells something. So overall you deal a bit more damage, but it's not that important. However, if you want to deal the damage consistently, you will have to fire premium. And even with 177 pen, you won't be able to fire, well, if you only fire premium, you won't be able to make any profit, and it will be very expensive. However, you get the best DPM out of this. The 90mm gun, different story. It's the same gun you basically get on the Hellcat. However, the differences are the following. A PCR pen is amazing, regular pen is decent, and it's quite good. Now let's get to the cherry. As you can see, the 90mm gun only gets 2 more penetration on its premium shell, but it gets 38 extra on its regular AP, and it increments its average damage by alpha damage by 80. So yeah, and 100 on the HE. The accuracy is worse, the aiming time is better. However, with the premium consumables and tank skills I'm going to recommend to you, you won't have any trouble with aiming time or the dispersion or anything in those lines. This gun is quite hard to get used to. The reason for that being that you're coming from a gun that has an incredibly nice rate of fire to something that fires at 9.81 seconds, given that you have a full crew with vents and medium caliber tank and rammer. Mine fires at 9.41 seconds due to the fact that, well, obviously I have brothers in arms and a full crew and vents. So let's get back to this. When you start the T29, you're going to have this turret, which is it's good. It's as good as the second turret. However, the second turret has better view range. And as you can see here, you can mount all the guns on the first turret. However, the view range difference is quite important because with ventilation, brothers in arms, and my situational awareness perk, I reach 409 view range. That's almost scout levels in some matches, and it's so good. It's easy to outplay people and such. You will of course also have the first engine unlocked stock. The second engine should be unlocked by the T32, the T29, pardon me, and the third engine the same. You can get it if you go through the T54E1 line. If you play this tank, you'll notice it's quite fast. I do advise you to get the second engine. Don't pay the credits for it because it's merely 40 horsepower. And when you unlock the last one, just get the last engine. That's how I did it. This tank is very fast, and you don't need to upgrade the engine every time. It's not that big of an advantage. Tier 10 radio is of course from either the artillery line, you get that. If you played Most tanks you're going to have it. If you just get it, just unlock it on the T29. An amazing tank, you're going to enjoy playing it. I have almost 1000 battles in this thing, I think. How many battles do I even have in this thing? Let's see. It's a very fun tank. I'm using it to grind credits, so yeah. Month's worth I'm going to probably have 1000 before I even manage to buy the T32, so yeah, I have my equipment. The equipment on this will be vents, gun rammer, and vertical stabilizer. If you want to buy it from the store, you're going to need to buy, exactly as I say, consumables, no equipment. You're going to have a large caliber tank gun rammer, vents, vert stabs, so vert class 3, vents class 3, vert class 2. I have one of each. Be careful when you go into the store to buy them, before you buy your vehicle, or however you buy them. I buy them first, then think all vehicles. You just go here, click all vehicles on equipment, pull all the way down, and you'll see here vert stabs in K2. Buy this. Do not buy this thing, because this is an artillery shell rammer, which is not what you're looking for. Class 3 vents, that's what you need, and you're going to scroll all the way down to here. It's also 100k less, and the total price for the equipment is 1.7 million, so quite expensive. This is 1.7 million equipment in this tank, and the T32 I have the equipment, I'm sorry for that, touch the mic, ready for it. Now enough talking about what things the tank gets and small details regarding how you'll possibly feel when playing it. Let's go at this. As you can see, the gun barrel is rather large, and the weak point on your tank is obviously the turret. Triangle here, as you can see, turret roof for artillery especially, and turret commander's hatch thingy, majiggerish. I have been penetrated several times by artillery in my cupola, pardon me, and in my tank roof, either by heat or sometimes by very lucky HE placement. So whenever you're playing against a player, as you can see here, if you manually aim up, your gun barrel is going to go up, basically blocking most of the commander's hatch, giving them grazing shots on it, which should never penetrate unless they get very lucky. So that's one of the tips, especially if artillery is shooting at you, because if it hits the gun barrel, it's going to be like well, he's going to cry if he shot heat, because he's not going to deal any damage. So that's my tip. Do you note that you can get penetrated in the cheeks? And your ammo rack is here as well, so be careful with that. If artillery shoots you in the back of the turret and bends the commander hatch with an HE, or just hits the commander hatch, we're going to get both loaders dead and ammo racked. No consideration in that. Continuing on, the tank is really vulnerable regarding tier 8s, lower tier 9s. Lower tiers shouldn't really be able to pen your turret in any position. Well, if they shoot it like this, yeah, but if you're facing your turret towards them, no. Be wary of Su-152s. If they see you and they know you're coming, they're going to load AP and they're going to shoot straight through your gun mantle. Just a thing to be wary of. You also have a MG port here, which is a weak point, and besides that you have no other weak points besides your side armor, which is shit. Side scraping in this tank is hard to do, so if you don't know how to do it, it's best just to come very well angled, maybe 35-45 degrees off of a corner. When the upper glacier on this tank works, it's amazing, but when it doesn't, you can get grazing shots fired from this angle that penetrate. Basically shells that hit through the whole length of the fucking upper glacier, I know, yeah. If you get the T29 go up a hill and you need to engage it, you can track it by shooting it even in this position. However, you will not be able to penetrate the side armor from underneath or the underbelly in this position, regardless of how much you'll shoot. You need to be something like this, or just to fire premium. The lower glacier is not that big of a weak point. You can go through the upper glacier very easily. It is the second best armor, the upper glacier in the game, the best being the IS, of course, which has 120 millimeters of armor, but this by far has the best angling, giving it the best potential armor. You're going to be bouncing statistically more on this upper plate than on the IS, but because it's well angled, if you're higher than him, like in a KV440, you can just easily go through this like butter. And in that particular case, shooting at the lower glacier is a bad idea, because if you're higher than him, you might just get a chance to bounce. So that is one of my tips. Be careful when you're shooting at these. Obviously, they're very vulnerable to getting tracked and set on fire. A gigantic engine deck, just an amazing target for artillery. And because of the poor side armor and hull armor overall in the back and the rear, you can just get splashed by tier 9 artillery to, well, even killed by splash. So yeah, you've got that going for yourself. I think I covered most of this. My suggested equipment is, of course, what you see here. It adds an extra 400? No, it should add an extra ton almost. Yeah, 600 kilograms, 200 more. Yeah, it adds 800 kilograms. I was on the right path. My suggested skill line would be repairs, Brothers in Arms, Smooth Ride on the driver, Snapshot on the gunner, 6 Sense, or if you don't want 6 Sense on your tank, I would all the time go with Recon. Recon is amazing. As you can see here, it just gives you an extra 2%, but it also gives you 20% on a damage observation device, which is the ears of the tank. They used to be weak points, but now they're basically, if you find a hold down T29, you're going to shoot at the ears to splash HE into his the side of his turret. Small tip: when you're shooting at any tank, HE shell should land directly underneath him or on the side of him. Don't shoot HE directly at tanks unless you can penetrate them, unless you have nice angles on them, because otherwise you might bounce. Shooting him in some directions might also damage his ammo rack by shooting him here. We can also set him on fire in other ship. Also have, of course, situational awareness on my Radio Man, which is my second recommended skill. Very nice skill to have. Possibly going to get Call for Vengeance as my last skill. Well, my almost last skill on the Radio Man. And on the loader, I don't really advise you getting Intuition. I have it. It's not that great. But you know, Adrenaline Rush does not stack. Safe stowage is the biggest lie you can ever hear, because it does add a few more hit points to your ammo rack indeed, but if your ammo rack were to blow, it would blow anyway, and it's still going to get damaged. So I think this is a waste of a perk altogether. It's a nice thing to have in something like an IS, but this thing almost never gets ammo racked. Did get ammo rack lately, but very rare. So also horrible stat line today. Been playing lots and lots of fully stocked tanks. So this being said, I'll also discuss the exterior. Your camouflages, which you put on the tank here, will give you an extra 3% boost that activates similarly to the camo net. Not that big, but then again, you should know I'm only using it because, well, they were at an offer a month ago, so I bought them for a month and now they're going to expire. My ammo loadout choice would be to not go like me. I have lots of APCR because I did take this tank into skirmishes, team battles, and platoons, and I do like to have a hefty stock of APCR for facing multiple KV4s. I would advise about 11 APCR at most. Rest AP 7HE is enough. So overall we're going to be spending a bit of credits on APCR, but if you have a match in which you shoot and you really need your APCR, you should be making 60k credits quite easily, 50 to 60k credits quite easily with a premium. And with a regular account, you will either cut even or get a very small credit loss if you used your AP properly. You have 198 penetration with your AP, and there's no excuse for you to not be able to go through tanks. So let's go. I should also mention you have 64 tons approximately, so you can ram things like VK3601H, DIASs, you can ram them. You can ram pretty much anything. This is quite a heavy tank. Don't go ramming E50s though, that's not really smart. It's quite a speedy tank too. I did have matches in which it dealt over 500 damage just by ramming. Apparently the game loaded in this time around, which is nice. Using the old school mod pack, and this is a reroll for my review. I actually made one earlier, but my mod pack glitched out so badly I couldn't join the battles, which was annoying.
Let's get this show on the road.
Yeah, I have the estimated armor shit and crap on this thing, and the ugly crosshair, but I'm going to live with it. Could be taking this side, but apparently I started going in this direction, so I'm just going to ping this side and hope the guys go there. Also got the new moss, so sorry if it is too clicky, and sorry if my aim is a bit off. This happens. Apparently nobody setting road to spot, which is quite weird. Thinking about the positions I could take. Thinking going forward through here is quite a good idea to hinder their approach and possibly get a few easy shots. My FPS isn't that great, apparently. 40 FPS and the game is lagging, but what can you ask? It's World of Tanks after all. Apparently I shot the wall there. I don't want to overexpose myself to the Hellcat. We have shots on the looks apparently. Or not. Let's retry with the T3485. There is a black print right in front of me. So my positioning paid off. My shots didn't, however. That was a terrible shot to take. And I don't think I should be sitting here. That was a very stupid hit. Wrong. Didn't expect that to go in, but again showing that side armor crap, don't side scrape in this thing because you will not be having much fun. Overall very lucky. I don't have time for you, Mr. Black Prince. I'm just going to die here because there's nothing I can do. It hit here, but yeah, as you would expect. Again, nothing you can do in this situation. Nobody was here to help me. You have two TOC2s and a T37 in that zone. This would have been a very good position to hold off because obviously you could use your turret armor by backing off there, but you usually are able to back off there if you have some support from your team, which apparently, well, 600 wn8, 1000 wn8, and yeah, my team was just completely unaware of their surroundings. Usually you can back up very easily through this side, then use your turret armor because there are people shooting at them as they're trying to take this position here. But he basically segmented this zone here, making it 2 battles in which they have tank advantage, which is obviously the way to win. Their TOG 2s are working together, actually pushing the line, and I really figured they're going to win because well, the TOGs 2 will eliminate most of the things here, and the guys here will possibly manage to survive until they get the tank advantage in one zone. We're still winning, however. Our team is doing a great job brawling. Let's see if we have a... no, was the single T29. Hopefully I won't get top tier next time. Black Prince doing its job, Talk to getting in a very funky position. He's going to expose basically half of his and take a shot on him. And distract himself. Very great success. Used his repair to get to. Apparently they're getting wrecked. Enemy Talk 2s are just well, one of them has low HP. wn8 is going for the kill and is going to miss it. Yep. And the last remaining teams. So as you can see, due to the positioning of our team, even though they had a giant tank advantage at one point, and well, they still do have quite a giant tank advantage, they're still struggling to do anything. The guys here died because the guys here couldn't help, and overall we are sitting in a very nice position somehow. Yeah, you would normally not expect this, but apparently, yes. So, our wn8 has shots on both an IS and a T29. He can eliminate both of them, but instead, decides to go on the hill and get into a position in which he cannot really use his gun depression, and he's certainly not going to miss the IS, but he's going to spot him too late. Told you. If he were here, he would actually be at a better angle and possibly, do that amazing thing, bounce a shot. The Dice is going to get here, he's going to spot him, or no, the T29 just pushed up. I was thinking Dice is going to just go there and the T29 will pop up through there, but apparently the T29 had more game sense and went up here. So, great matchup. Shit positioning, we lost the game, as I predicted initially. I'll give them that, they really did play as good as they could. But again, if you don't, that was a lucky miss. Hammer-racked. No, damaged hammer-rack anyway. Apparently is not AFK, but he's exposing his side to 43, VK31P, and possibly the T3485 is going to either be here or here. It shouldn't matter. T43 appeared. VK might push like this in order to shoot. Now he's going to die before he could do anything. As we can see, only 2 shots from the T43. The VK didn't even get to shoot him, which was, horrible defeat. Just overall shit. But again, even with this shit matchup, you can still see for 950 damage blocked by armor. This tank is quite impressive in that department. I'm going to leave this match in because obviously I do live gameplay and I, care of everything getting live and shit. So you can actually see the tank performance when you do mistakes, when you have bad luck, when your RNG is just a meter away from winning the game. That's why I like live sessions. I of course could post the 5+K damage games I had, or the ones in which I deal 4K damage, 4K spotting, but that would be just, you know, a very rare game you would actually encounter yourself, and overall, you know, not realistical. Apparently my graphics settings are very low, but still I'm lagging like crazy. Because of this. Thank you. Oh, much better. It feels smoother. Give the T20 just enough space to move through there. Switching to wn8 PCR as my first shot. Game is really not treating my FPS well. I might need to edit my files to behave better. Apparently most of the enemy team isn't that greatly skilled, and there's no artillery, so this position is quite strong. Do I have shots on you? That is the question I should be asking myself. I do now I surely do. That went in for sure. And he couldn't even dodge it. That's the best part. Very nice positioning for our gun. We're making it work. And we are wrecking face, currently. Need to go into a better position. Apparently IS-3 just decided to peek. If he peeks again, yeah. Very nice shot. Please, 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 please. Thank you. We sort of scored ourselves a T150 kill. He jammed our turret. Quite unfortunate. We not going to allow him shots on us. Remember guys, constantly check your radar. That is the way you can look in all the directions at the same time, basically. That was lucky. Still, he was more interested in shooting into somebody else, not in me, so I got that one. Going to switch to wn8. Going to switch to AP because he's apparently going to give me either better shot or he's going to die before I get there, which was the case. Able to feature some of the DPM capabilities of this gun. As you can see, very nice DPM overall and very nice accuracy. Never had a problem. Our team did a very good job in the city. Nothing more you can ask of them, honestly, so it's making it quite hard for us to rock up the damage and do what the tank can do. Most people wouldn't trade with a Pershing. I would. I'm the T29, he needs to learn his lesson. Dead. No shots on the AT-15. As you can see, you can quite easily use the HP pool of this tank to trade. It's not advisable to trade HP pool for damage, but still, you can. Going to get into a position to shoot at their medium. Ignoring their AT-15. Oh, their IS, pardon me. Their medium, yeah. He might be on the other side of the map, but no, apparently he's there. Direct hit. We're going to get another shot off, apparently. But too late. Very easy game in the T29. We showcased the DPM capabilities. We got tank sniper, very easy. What was this game? 3.5k WN8, no problem. As we can see here, 2.5k damage, and we barely managed to do anything. No damage blocked, we didn't even bother angling on the super Pershing. Again, as you can see, T29 just an incredible damage dealer, especially with brothers in arms. More competent loadout would include cola, so let's also do that. We have the credits currently. So we're going to go T29, this loadout, cola. So you can see the difference between brothers in arms cola and the regular T29. Overall I have a giant advantage. 320 damage every 9 seconds, that equates to 640 damage every 18 seconds, that equates to 1240 damage every 36 seconds, which, every minute and 12 seconds you're going to deal 2 point something k damage. Don't ask me, I don't do math. That's 3 artillery, as you can see here. Sky Cancer.
Let's go.
9.02 seconds reload. Amazing reload time. You're somewhat like the T150 gun currently. An almost 100% crew. So amazing damage, and you get 20 more alpha and better pen and a better gun overall. So you get that going for yourself. Going to, of course, attempt to go hold down and use the gun to snipe. As you can see, no trouble going forward with quite the speed on this tank. And when it will come to actually duke it out, we're going to win very easily. Nobody covered this, so I'm going to tell my RT to move. Nobody's covering that side, so yeah. Our artillery isn't that good though. One of them isn't. The second one is. Oh, one of them will move when the targets will appear, but one of them won't. Take a guess which. Not really concerned about getting spotted currently. Two tanks there. T44 very forward, nothing spotted, they're all on the island. Which is their demise, they're going to lose. Yeah, we need to push very aggressively to help our mediums. We hit his gun apparently. You can see very nice accuracy. I was expecting him to go a bit more on the right. But, that happened. Had we shot HE, we would have splashed him. However, we did not shoot HE. 8 to 15 in a very funky position. We cannot use the mobility of this tank to get in position in time because the enemy team took such a bad decision that we actually are unable to go back in time, I think, before they all die to have any say in the outcome of the battle. Which is quite lame, if you ask me. I don't really like that idea, but still, it just happened. Of course, the M44 killed himself. I cannot complain because this is over the 10th artillery that did that today. Let's not speak of the team killers today, lots of them. Quite some fun matches. Of course, the match, get cola and basically unable to go shoot, do anything. This position is so good. If you're not a moron and go for shots you can't take. We need to go kill them. Nice tree is in a position to shoot me. Well, if he bothers to, that is. Going to peekaboo this tiger too. I'm thinking about where to shoot it, but obviously tiger 2. There we go. He's not interested in me, so I'm just going to sit here and aim. Unlucky. They still have one arky, so I'm going to deal much more damage. Yep, GG.
Enemy vehicle destroyed.
Had to try my luck. The guys there will die eventually, but there's nobody shooting here, so need to push forward and change that. We need to kill them. Again, the enemy team just sucks so badly that barely managed to do any damage, and we almost won this 15-0, which was amazing. 3 heavy tanks dueling with the lurver, unable to kill it. The lurver is capping. He's getting, of course, shot at quite a lot. Be fucking serious. Trying to get into position to shoot IS-3, of course, our VK is quite interestingly just sitting in the front of the IS-3. Hopefully the Tiger 2 will bounce, and it didn't. Kapow. This shit game overall. Only 8,000 credits lost, and this was a not even decent game in the T29. Going to go into another one quickly. So you can see even in bad games you're not going to lose much because of the cola, and it gives you quite the advantage over the fire extinguisher. Usually I do advise you to always use cola if two things happen. Get a firefighting skill, and on your crewman as a 4th or 5th skill, which will be amazing because you'll never need a fire extinguisher on the line of tanks. You have that on. And the cola helps you much more than any random fire that could occur in 100 matches would. You also have the driver skill that lowers fires, which is also good. I find fires incredibly rare in this thing, unless I'm getting shot from the rear, but of course now that I mentioned this, yeah. Of course that cost was including one APCR shell, which was 4,000 something credits to shoot, so yeah, I had that going for me. We're of course going metal. I am a strong believer that this map can be completely controlled from the metal. As you can see, you have good view of the cap, and there's only 2 places the cap circle you can really hide, and you can't really hide many tanks behind it. And in most situations I do think I have the game sense to move there in time. As you can see, it's practically playing with a tier 9 medium regarding the circle. Just amazing overall. Tiger 1 spotted, beginning of the match, no problemo. Going to wait, and going to shoot him in the side. There you go, 300 damage. He gets D-lid. They have 2 artillery. I'm going to keep that in mind. Apparently Tiger 1 continues his push up. LCMX going quite aggressively forward. As you can see, tank very accurate, no problem. Changing aim, fully aiming. We only managed to take his track out, apparently. We did have a good shot on the LC, we're going to ignore the Tiger P. Whilst he's reloading, apparently another Tiger had his gun trained on me, which was unlucky. They're shooting me from there, apparently. But now they cannot spot me anymore, so I've got that going for me. Hold down Tiger P's. Not the greatest thing. And just switch to APCR in case. Tiger 1 going like, hey, shoot me, and I'm going to go like, okay. There you go. Going to kill the Tiger 1 first. Get the gun out of the game. The Tiger P is in a very good position. Going to ask them to spot again. Going to attempt to feather another shot in. Apparently they have spotted an IS, which is a much better target overall. Of course he disappeared, as they usually tend to do. Headshot. Going to switch to regular AP. APCR loses much of its value over range, which is why I don't want to be solely shooting APCR in most matches. It's actually an advantage to shoot AP at times, and people should really be aware of this. And what they should shoot, and when they should shoot it. Everybody's around the hill, no shots can be taken. Cannot push forward because obviously, and I really want to hold the hill to provide supporting fire. We're surely going to have a few instances in which we're going to really need to use our turret armor. That was an unlucky miss. Well, I don't know what that means. That was a nice shot. Oh, that's a small thing of gibberish. That was unlucky, going to switch to APCR. Intuition applied. Getting to that carry zone. Asking our R2 to possibly scout the enemy tanks so I can get all the damage. Going to fully aim, shot, watching my minimap just in case there's something possibly spotting me. Dealt a lot of damage, still a lot of tanks alive, apparently nobody going through the riverbed. That was quite unlucky. Tiger P across the map, apparently I spotted, so I'm going to do this. Easy. Easy decisions to make. Really do want to kill this IS if all possible. Unlucky. As you can see, no trouble really attempting to carry. Got the Tiger to one shot. Tiger 1 is going to go under me, which will provide him a very nice shot overall. But I'm going to bring him to a 2-shot. I have shots on him still. Again, only shooting APCR. I'm going to have to let him take the shot. Quite a better game overall. No shots on there. Any shots on the Tiger? Yes, we do. Shot much. Bounced. That was unlucky. Very unlucky.
Critical hit.
Shot clutch again, but that reset a cap. Thank you.
Enemy armor is hit.
That was a nice shot by the T29. That was a nice shot by the Tiger. Nothing I can really do besides go here and do this.
Enemy armor is hit.
Again, put your gun barrel up, attempt to not give them those shots. All they need to do is basically survive there. Which means I really need to run forward and try to kill them. Which is not my goal. Not my goal at all. Please, please. No luck. It was an unavoidable loss. So our positioning paid off, we managed to deal the damage, but again, our artillery wasn't interested in helping the team, so no spotting, no nothing. I did lose a bit of credits in this match. So we got 270 spotting out of all the shells we shot. 20 hit, 5k damage, easy. Turret, track, engine, ammo rack, turret, ammo rack, track. As you can see here, those are our medals and shit. We got a mastery, we got a high caliber, and yeah. We certainly did a lot for our team, but they weren't interested in helping. Very accurate gun, lots of damage blocked, could have done much more, could have gotten a steel wall, could have gotten a shitload of more medals, but no. You believe we lost a ton of credits? I did feel like I needed every single penetration, and I was right, I actually needed more than that. So because of it, I lost about 56k credits in APCR. Did I need to fire all that APCR? Certainly not. But I felt like the faster shell travel time was mandatory, which is one of the reasons you might want to shoot APCR at longer ranges. You might not want to shoot APCR regularly, but that's the rule. If you need shell travel time, shoot APCR. If it has too much armor, shoot AP, just track him and shit. Again, game losing shot. The bounce on the Tiger. Not shooting HE at him was bad, not killing him was bad, not getting another shot in a T29 was bad, not going forward to, in time was bad. Lots of bad things, but still, I played it as good as I know for my yellowish color, so yeah. Tried, that's important, I guess. Just, I don't know, guys. I tried. I did try.
Let's get this show on the road.
So this situation should have me using my turret armor much better. I'm going to not shoot much APCR this time around, I think. I usually tend to not shoot APCR when they have the best armor tanks, but shoot it when they have the, no armor tanks. And the reason should be fairly obvious. We're going to take a position which is quite risky for the T29 because, if the players are good, they're going to wreck you in that position, but usually you should be safe. Apparently by our T25's position, nobody taken here. There's only a T29 there, which we have shots on. But we had shots on if we were on the hill, so no. You'll see MX cross the river. We can actually shoot at Awful Panther, I think. He is at how many meters? He spotted me. They don't have artillery though, so unimportant. Again, this is why the position is good. Covered from the river. Able to go hold down by just simply moving up here a bit. Unlucky. That was bad RNG. Thought so. Was expecting them to kill him faster.
Enemy armor is damaged.
Easy ban. As you can see, T29 playing it very relaxed. Always aim your turret towards them when you do this, otherwise you'll get grazing shots at your commander's hatch when you aim left and right. Hello, goodbye. I was unlucky, that was a penetration position. Still, probably hit somewhere I didn't put it. I have no clue where that shell went, probably go shell him. Need to put our DPM to the work now. As you can see, being patient in this tank really pays off. I was expecting that to pan, I won't lie. Thought I had his side quite good. He just angled his tank at the last second, so a penetration shot just turned to shit. No hit.